So as Hurricane Harvey is drenching Texas and Houston, I think we need to really talk about climate change. And there's an article in the Intercept that I'm going to reference that was written by Naomi Klein that is needs to be talked about. We talked about it on the Super Chat Sunday and what this article goes into, and I'll go into the details of it. But, you know, there's... Let's not politicize it. Climate change is not politicizing anything. It's only people who say it's bringing up climate change during this is politicizing it are people that are getting money from the fossil fuel industry to deny climate change. So you are politicizing it by the very fact that you're denying something that 97% of all scientists. It's like if you had a cough, right? And you smoke cigarettes and you went and saw 100 doctors and 97 of them went, yeah, cigarettes are giving you have lung cancer. It's cigarettes. And then 3 doctors says, no, you just got a bad cough. And those 3 doctors were funded by the tobacco industry. That is the equivalent of denying climate change when 97% of all scientists on the face of the earth say it's happening. It's happening. So as I talked about in the Super Chat, and this article goes into it, warmer sea temperatures make storms more severe. They don't create more hurricanes, they make them more severe. So why is this relevant, right? Turn on any coverage of Hurricane Harvey. They're talking about unprecedented levels of flooding, 50 inches of rain. 50, I've never heard that. No, I've never heard 50 inches of rain before. There's always been hurricane season, but they seem to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And then, of course, oh, let's not politicize it. There's all these Republican senators that didn't want to approve money for Hurricane Sandy who have their hands out now, right? And the corporate media, well, they just don't want to politicize it because they're funded by the oil companies. They're funded by the war machine. So that's why they'll have Bill Nye the Science Guy on CNN, and then they'll have some dipshit saying that there's climate change isn't real and the earth is flat and, you know, the moon is made out of cheese and, you know, Bigfoot and Santa Claus are living in a, you know, on an island with Elvis. So, let's go into some of the stats of the article here. The records are being broken year after year. Weather for drought, storm surges, wildfires, or just heat are happening because the planet is markedly warmer than it has been since record keeping began. Oh, it's cyclical. I've heard that from a lot of conservatives. It's cyclical. No, the oil industry is telling you to say that, so think for yourself and get some research. Covering events like Harvey while ignoring these facts, failing to provide a platform to climate scientists who can make them plain, all while never mentioning Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accords. Yeah, that's the other thing. This jackass pulled us out of the Paris Climate Accords, right? It's like when stupid Bush pulled us out of the Kyoto climate protocol. These idiots, these oil morons are damaging this planet. So if you're in Houston right now and you're neck deep in water, you might want to start talking about climate change. I'm a Red Cross volunteer, and they just sent out a huge email to everybody saying, if you're willing to fly down there, we need people to go to Houston. And I'm going to look into if I can do it, schedule permitting. If I can, I'm going to do it. So the fact that the mainstream media isn't talking about climate change and they don't want to politicize anything, it's not about politicizing. It's about we need to wake up. Watch the Inconvenient sequel. Watch that. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know if it's like a Trump supporter who doesn't know that the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare are the same thing, loses their health care, and a hurricane comes in. Is that when they're going to wake up and say, wow, maybe we should do something about this. Maybe we do need health care. Maybe we do need to talk about the environment. What's it going to take? Me turning your pickup truck on and having a hose come into your bedroom and you choke to death on it, and then while you're dead, you go, oh boy, maybe we should have done something about it. Like, I'm so done with this crap. The world is falling apart and people need to pull their heads out of their asses. People need to wake up. People need thoughtful, intelligent people like you to get involved. I just signed up for Al Gore's climate initiative thing. It's in Pittsburgh in October, and I just sent in the application, and if I get approved, I'm going there for a 3-day seminar on how to talk about this. It gives you more information, and it teaches you how to give talks and seminars, and I sent him my resume and my links to all my stuff. I said I'm a professional entertainer and I'm a documentary filmmaker. I'm ready to go. You get me on a stage, I won't be nervous. And you give me a PowerPoint, boom, 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 I'll wake some people up. And that's what we all need to do, because this is happening right now. God's favorite atheist, one of the watchers of this show, is in Houston right now. She's telling me there's a lot of flooding. More from the article. In an ideal world, we'd all be able to put politics on hold until the immediate emergency has passed. Then, when everyone was safe, we'd have a long, thoughtful, informed public debate about the policy implications of the crisis we had just witnessed. What should it mean for the kind of infrastructure we build? What should it mean for the kind of energy we rely upon? A question with jarring implications for the dominant industry in the region hit hardest: oil and gas. Yeah, Texas, oil state. You still want to do oil? You still want greenhouse gases? You still want to do that? Okay, Houston's underwater. There's 50 inches of rain coming. And what does the hyper-vulnerability of the storm of the sick, poor, and elderly tell us about the kind of safety nets we need to weave, given the rocky future we've already locked in? Oh, yeah. Screw the poor, right? Isn't that what the power elite tend to do? With thousands displaced from their homes, we might even discuss the undeniable links between climate disruption and migration from the Sahel to Mexico, and use the opportunity to debate the need for an immigration policy that starts from the premise that the U.S. shares a great deal of responsibility for key forces driving millions from their homes. Yes, we pull out of the Paris Climate Accord, so we only occupy, we produce a third of the world's harmful emissions. If look at a map, the United States, look at a map. The United States doesn't take up a third of the face of the earth, and yet we're creating a third of its emissions because we're greedy, stupid, lazy, and we're addicted to oil, and there's assholes that are pushing this agenda, and then dummies stupid enough to go, oh, climate change isn't real, it's cyclical, it's a liberal myth. Okay, when are you going to wake up? So people need to wake up. If they don't, I don't care. I want people to take action. Give me a group of people that are dedicated to get some shit done. Get them in my way. You want to sit and fuck around and go out drinking with your dumb friends? Fine, go do that. Get out of my way. Get out of my way and get some shit done. I'll read this last thing. There is a lesson in that for Houston. The window for providing meaningful context and drawing important conclusions is short. We can't afford to blow it. We're running out of time. The planet isn't surviving. Talking honestly about what is fueling this era of serial disasters, even while they're playing out in real time, isn't disrespectful to the people on the front lines. In fact, it is the only way to truly honor their losses, and our last hope for preventing a future littered with countless more victims. Thank you, Naomi Klein, for that article. And thank you to all of you for watching The Political Vigilante and listening on iTunes. Like, subscribe, positive reviews on iTunes, spread the show on social media, go to the Patreon link. We have to spread the word, and we all have to get involved. I'm getting involved. I hope you are too.